Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to jump in and kind of show you my weekly check-in and just go over the numbers of what's happened this week since last Thursday. Today is Thursday, January 6th. I am done shopping for the day. I'm done spending money for the day. So I can close out my weekly check-in and everything will be good to go. So here we go. We're going to take a look at what I have, and I need to pull my stickers. So there are some shopping things. Oh, I already had that one. Oh well. There are some shopping things that I have done today that I need to add on here. I use my own expense stickers that I've printed. I just realized I already had a sticker down for this and I don't need it, so I'm just going to throw that one away. Whoops. That's okay. I can print and cut more. They won't be straight, but I can print and cut more. But what I do every day when I budget is I come to my calendar and I take whatever I spent that day or anything I haven't put on the calendar yet, I get put down on the calendar. That way I know what is going on. So this morning, the first thing I had to do was go get my allergy shots. So I forgot to put this in my paycheck to paycheck budget, even though it was in my monthly budget. I'm just going to use it as unbudgeted because my monthly is just one point in time and I really don't go back to it until the end of the month, but I do add my unbudgeted and I do add any changes to it, so at the end of the month it balances out. But I don't really focus as heavily as I do the paycheck to paycheck budget. That is where I have actual money in my account and I'm using real cash to work what I need to work in order to take care of my family and my home. So I went to allergy and asthma this morning, got my injections for my allergy shots, and then I went and got gas. And so I'm going to put this down as soon as the sticker comes up. I don't know why I'm struggling. And I've already color coded these with my color code. So grocery household is pink, restaurants is blue, miscellaneous is green, gasoline is orange, and unbudgeted is yellow. So after I got gas this morning, I went and got some groceries. And I am happy and excited to say that I stayed within budget. I am thrilled that this week went really smooth and everything's good and all of that. Now I have this one purchase I made late last night that I haven't put down yet, and I want to put it over here. I was realized I had in the past purchased Amazon seasons of TV shows that I liked, and one of them was Castle. I just think he's funny and it's a good show, and it's a cop show, but it's a comedic cop show, so it's kind of funny. And I had not bought season 8 yet, and I was going through rewatching it again. I'm like, oh, I haven't done that yet. I need to get the last season, even though the last season is not the best because of the controversy that was going on off stage. It's easier to watch now, so I wanted to watch it and I went ahead and bought it. It was $19.99, and so I went ahead and put that under miscellaneous. But I think I've done really good. I had one no spend this week and everything is looking good. Now I do have on here a sticker ready to go for travel expense. My husband emailed me and said that there will be a transaction of $250 where he had to pay for his meals, and that will be taken care of. So what I have not done, and I typically do, shame on me, is write out my expenses here and have them ready to go. So we're going to go through the calendar. I'm going to zoom in and do that. My weekly check-in is over here, and these are my weekly check-in numbers. This is what the budgeted amount is. Now, a little secret, how do I know I stay within budget every time I spend something? The only way I've known to figure out how to do that is to daily log the transactions. And I don't mean here on the calendar. This doesn't tell you anything other than how much you spent or how frequently you spent that day and what day you spend money on the most. What helps me keep it all in track is my transactions logs. And these are important to me because it gives me the starting amount for the budget. I subtract each time I spend, and then I know exactly how much cash is left over, and this is the number that matches my weekly check-in. This is how I make sure the math flows well. So you don't have to do this, but I transaction log and do the math as I go because I want to know each and every day how much cash I have available, and I don't want to wait to the end of the week to find out. Some people, the way they spend is very regular, and these are all for my categories. I don't have one for unbudgeted, but I have one for everything else. But some people can't wait till the end of the week to see what their budget is going to look like. So the best way to do that is to log it daily. And that's what I tend to do. And then I come back and I fill in the calendar and work with you guys. Not only film the calendar and the weekly check-in, and occasionally show you my transaction logs. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to pop these pages out. I will be right back and we'll zoom in. Okay, I am back. So I have my sticky note here. I have my pen ready to go, and I am ready to collect all the transactions. So if you're using a calendar and you're putting your expenses on the days and you go back and you do this type of method, a lot of people tend to do this. This is how I would do it. I would just get a little scratch piece of paper. I like to use these sticky notes, and then I like to write down my first category, which is grocery household. Now, you could use the transaction logs instead of a calendar and not even do this step altogether if you prefer logging it by category. And that works too. I mean, it is totally worth it to do it that way. It just depends on how your brain works and how visual you are. If you just need a log, that's fine. If you need colors and you need days, then that is fine too. This just happens to be most popular. This is why I show it on the channel. And but I actually prefer it the other way. So but both works for me, so I like it. So I'm gonna start with the grocery household. I'm gonna look for everything pink. And my first one is $59.52. Now I am buying for a family, currently a family of 3. My husband is deployed, and he is a civilian contractor assigned to a ship in the Navy, and I still don't know when he's coming home. We're hoping maybe February. The ship won't be back, but he might be back. They'll fly him before the ship ever comes, way early before the ship ever comes back. But that's kind of what's going on there. So I'm not really spending as much, and I'm keeping within that budget really, really well because of that. The extra mouth feed is not really a big deal. The next part of my calendar over here, I have a Walmart. And you're not going to believe this. The only thing I bought at this Walmart transaction for $8.57 was the 2 family size Chex boxes. Chex cereal. That's it. That's all I bought. My son likes to have it for breakfast in the morning, so I buy 2 or 3 boxes, and that was the total. That's how much the price has gone up. It used to be $3 a box. Now it's like $4 and some change. And I think the packaging shrank and the ounces went down. And I hate inflation so much sometimes because manufacturers change things when they see these trends happening, sizing and boxes and ounces and all the things, so they can keep their profit margins. And I'm like, ugh. And then they adjust the price anyway. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Nothing I can do about it because I can't quite make the cereal myself, and it's what he wants. So we live with it. Next I have Food Lion. What did I get at Food Lion? I think I got some ground beef and a couple other things that I needed from the store, just a couple random stuff. Not a lot of groceries purchased here, but I did purchase a lot of groceries today. So I made a big grocery run today. It wasn't really a lot as far as meats or anything, but there were top dollar items like, what was it? Some health stuff, like $7 for certain things. I use lidocaine patches for pain in my back sometimes, and I bought a couple boxes of those, so it was $14. And then my son takes certain medicines, and that was $15 or it was $18. And so it all added up, plus our regular stuff and inflation. It was a lot more than I thought. So, oh my goodness, we spent $144.05. But we're still within the budget, and I am happy with that. So as long as we can still afford what we want, and well, what we need first and then what we want, then we're good to go. So here we go. Get my calculator here. Total this amount. So that is $227.99 is what we spent there. Next we are doing, let me go back and check off everything that we calculated. All right, so the next thing we have is restaurants, and I always do them in the same order so I don't get my numbers confused. Restaurants, I have Papa John's, which was $38.83 right there, and that was it. I didn't have any other restaurants. I am really working hard not to go out to eat and run out to eat and do that all the time, and I'm so proud of that. With my type 2 diabetes, eating out and still trying to figure out how my sugar works and how it balances and getting all the things, it takes a while to figure out. So I'm really glad that we're not going out to eat and I'm not, adding more to the problem. So that has been really, really good. Restaurants, miscellaneous. So I do have some miscellaneous. Now last month I was like all over the map with miscellaneous, but this month I think I'm doing okay. Keeping it in check a little bit. Target, I went to Target. What did I buy at Target? $17.19. Oh my gosh. I know I went to Target and I can't remember. I got some mints. I know that. Oh, there was something specific at Target I went to get, and I think it was for one of my kids, and I can't remember what it was. But anyways, I only spent $17.19. Oh, it was New Year's. It was the 31st. They like to pop poppers. And if you buy, we can't have fireworks here, and I wouldn't do fireworks anyway. But they like to pop those poppers in the driveway and let the confetti fly everywhere and throw the ones on the ground and let them pops and stuff like that. So I went there to get that, and then I browsed a little bit and got a couple other items. So a lipstick and some mint and things like that I have been looking for. A new shade, a new color, or whatever. And then I went to the Dollar General and got, oops, not $10, and got some gift bags and then a little gift for a friend, just a simple gift. $9, and is it 9 or 19? $9.01. Okay, I had to think about it for a minute. And I was going to a retirement party. A friend of ours retired from the Navy, and we're excited for him and his new job and new adventure and all the things. So that's kind of cool. Amazon Prime. So this one is actually a movie, and I don't know what it is, but when my husband leaves, I watch these simple movies. I don't know, I just love watching them, but I don't love watching them when he's here. So, one I had been watching, and it was called The Lake House. It's got Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, and I just like having it on in the background. It's a very simple show. It flows nice. I like the soothing music in it and all that. And so HBO Max had it for a while there, and then I went to look for it the other day, I guess on Saturday, and it wasn't there anymore. And I was like, man, where did that go? So I went to Amazon Prime and on my movies and stuff, found it there, and it was $12.99 if I wanted to buy it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy it because I'm watching it like almost every day, just in the evenings, just because I like having it on. And then, so that's what I did there. And then I went ahead and bought TV series, season 8 of Castle. Oops, $19.99 for the last season, and rewatching that again. I'm enjoying that. I have the first 7, and for some reason I never bought season 8. I guess every time I got to it, I just stopped watching. But I do enjoy it. So there's that, and that is all the miscellaneous that I have. I'm really proud that, I got a couple things to watch, but that was about it. And poppers for New Year's to celebrate, and a retirement ceremony. So I think in the miscellaneous random stuff category, I think I did pretty good. Everyday stuff that pops up that are really good to kind of work with. So I really like that. So here is $17.19 plus $9.01 plus $12.99 plus $19.99, and that is going to be $59.18. And that was what my miscellaneous was. And gasoline, so that is an orange, and that is here. I only had one gas transaction. It was $65.23 this morning. So that is that. And then I have some unbudgeted. So I went to Amco, which is right next to my house. I live near a shopping center, which is kind of cool. And I actually can walk from my house to the Amco place, but I stayed in their little waiting room this time because it was cold and rainy. But unbudgeted for this, $20 was a state inspection, and it's due every January. I just don't know when in the month I'm going to go, so I just randomly go when it's convenient. And yesterday, apparently, I thought it was convenient enough to go. And not yesterday, but Wednesday. Yeah, that was yesterday. Anyway, can't even track the days. Allergy and asthma was this morning. Allergy shots, I'm paying them as I go. This is my copay. Like I said, I did put it on the monthly, but for whatever reason, I knew it was coming up. I just forgot to add it to the paycheck to paycheck budget. So it's not there, and I just marked it as unbudgeted because, it doesn't really matter. As long as I mark it and track it, it's taken care of, and that's what matters. So, I don't even need a calculator for that. That's $30.05. So, unbudgeted here, definitely necessary, especially getting the inspection done in the month that it's due. And then my allergy shot, I find that a medical necessity, so that's pretty good. So, there is that. Now I can take these numbers, I can flip my page over, and we can take a look at the weekly check-in. Now, I do sell these in my shop. Here I have a 2-page, and that was my original weekly check-in when I first designed these. And it has week 1 through 4 here. But if you go to my Etsy store, it's now week 1 through 5 on one page, and I don't have the notes page anymore. I think people don't really want both pages, so they don't really need all of that. So I just switched it around a little bit, and that was the new modification. I did have to adjust everything, the lines and the banner, and get it all in. But it still has the 5 weeks with the 5 categories and then your totals line. So that's pretty awesome. So grocery household, total spent $227.99. Gave myself $250. So $227.99, and that's $22.01. And I need to double check that a little bit with my math here. Minus, what was the last transaction? I forgot today's on my laptop. 05. Alrighty. So yes, 2201. We are good to go. The next thing I have is restaurants, which is $38.83, and I only gave myself $112. $38.83 plus $112.50. All right, so that still leaves me $73.67. All right, miscellaneous. I had $137.50 budgeted, and I'm only spent $59.18. A lot of this was also me hunkering down at home and staying safe, and trying not to expose myself too much out in public and things like that. Going out only when necessary, and that helped with the numbers as well. $87.50 minus $65.23. There we go. Gives us $22.27. Okay, so I should have wrote this down here. I did not do that. $65.23. There we go. Now I did do a budget of $30.05. It's not counted here in the weekly check-in because I don't budget anything for it. So the math doesn't change. It's just there. Before this year, probably about 6 months to a year ago, I was having so many unbudgeted transactions, I could not keep it under control. And then I started doing this mind game with myself where if I visually saw it and visually wrote it down, it made it painful. And so now it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I am going to make it painful for myself so I can reduce what I'm using and what I'm doing and forcing myself to put it in a category and staying within the budget. Now that I've done that, I haven't really had a problem in several months, but I still like doing it. I like having that reference and knowing what it is, and that it's truly something that I needed to do or wanted to do, and it was important. So that's what that was. That's why I have that there. Technically, really, I don't need that line. I just do this for me to keep me in keep reining myself in and making sure I stay within my budget. So we're going to total how much was spent, $227.99 plus the $38.83 plus the $59.18 plus the $65.23. All right, so I spent $391.23, which is excellent. Make that a negative. I'm going to add the $587.50, and that should give me $196.27. Now I'm going to go down this way and make sure that balance out. So 2201 plus 73.67 plus 78.32 plus 22.27. And that is the same number. So this is what was left over out of my spending categories. And this is a great opportunity to decide, did I need to budget this amount? Typically I do, because my husband's usually here and he would have eaten up the rest of this. He would want to, instead of one restaurant, it would have been two, because my boys don't necessarily like the same things we do, so we kind of do them separately. And there were things he probably would have needed or wanted miscellaneous wise, and we would have had to fill up his gas, and I might have had to buy more ingredients for groceries, because when he's gone, I'm very plain Jane simple when I cook, just for me and my boys. So my boys like the same thing all the time, but I don't necessarily eat exactly what they're eating. So it's just one of those things. And so this makes sense for when my husband's here. We would have been cutting it close, but since he's gone, it doesn't matter. So here's a decision you can make. You can balance this forward to the next week and add a new budget. Or you can take that $196 and make it a savings challenge. Make it a sinking fund of what was left over at the end of the week, and just put that into savings. There's endless possibilities. You can do the nickel challenge. You can do the 100 cash envelope challenge, or you can do whatever challenge you want and use this cash to put that into savings for specific things. If you want to do a big vacation, you want to save $5,000 this year, $100 envelope challenge will save $5,050 if you do the whole challenge. So, and then you can fill as many envelopes as possible with this $196, which is really, really cool. I do actually sell the tracker and the little numbers that you can cut out for yourself. 100 cash envelope, 75 cash envelope, 50 and 25 cash envelopes. So depending on how much you're looking to save, I have 4 different cash envelope savings challenges, and you can use any of them and have a little tracker, and I think it's a lot of fun. So I don't personally do them, but that is something you could do here. I balance it forward because I have a set budget amount for the entire month, and this is included in that budget amount. So I balance it forward, and then at the end of the month, taking that amount and either put it in the buffer to checking account, put it in an emergency fund, or one thing we're going to start building is our vacation savings fund, because we want to take a trip later this year over the summer when my son graduates high school, and we don't know where we're going or what we're going to do, but it's going to be awesome, whatever it is. Super excited about that. So now I need to pull out my notebook and get my notes page, because my notes page, I keep track of what the new budget is. So let's see if I can find that page. So when I set my weekly check-in every week, I give myself a budgeted amount. So week 1, grocery household, this was what I put here for the budget amount, and then the total I was going to spend. So week 2, I increased that. No, I didn't increase it. I have the same amount. And I think, I'm going to have the same amount for 4 weeks. And then I'm going to take whatever is rolled over and put it into week 5. So that way I can have $1,000 for grocery household for the month, $450 for restaurants, total miscellaneous $550, and gas $350 for the month. Gas is probably going to be too high because my husband's not here, but I want to make sure I keep budgeting for that until he gets home so that he's taken care of once he is back. So yeah, this is how I budget. I just take whatever my month is, divide it by the number of weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. There are 4 days left over, and I just made that a 5th week for me. So not everybody does it that way. It depends on if you do. When some people budget, they do it when they have groceries or by paydays or things like that. So that's how I do mine, by paydays. So now I can take the $250 I'm going to add for grocery household this week, and I can add the $22.01, and that is what is the new balance for week 2 of the weekly check-in. Restaurants is $73.67 plus another $112.50, $186.17. And then miscellaneous is $137.50 plus $78.32. And that's going to give us $215.82. All right, and then gasoline, I have $22.27, and I'm going to add another $87.50, and that's going to give us $109.77. And then I don't budget for unbudgeted, so I just want to track and see what it looks like. All right, so that, I got to total this up too. So that is the new budget, and in total we will have $617 plus 2. All right, $783.77. So that is the total. Yeah, I was off camera. I am so sorry, guys. That is the total for week 2, and that should be definitely plenty of money for week 2 going into next week. Now, restaurants is kind of high, so in my mind, if I need more grocery money, that's where it's going to come from. So if I go negative in groceries, it's going to come from here. Now, week 1 was Paycheck 1, where my husband's government checks come in the first of the month. Week 2 is Paycheck 2, and week 3 is also paid out of Paycheck 2. So these are the 2 weeks that are being carried by Paycheck 2, and that's week 2 and week 3. So whatever is balanced forward here, all that cash is going to be here for both of these weeks, but I like to compartmentalize and minimize how much I give myself for the week so I don't spend way too much too soon and then afterwards, not have enough for the second week or the week 3 as I go into the next week, leading to the end of the paycheck period. So I want to make sure I stay within those boundaries, and that's why budgeting is awesome, because it helps you make good decisions when impulses decide to take over and things like that. So I'm going to pop these budget sheets back into my notebook and we'll close out this video. Okay, so that is it. That is my weekly check-in. We did pretty good, and I'm happy to start off the new year in this kind of way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, and share this video if you know somebody that would be interested in it. I am actually doing a YouTube savings challenge, so if you hit the like button, I will save $1. If you hit this subscribe button, I will save $5. And if you comment in my videos or put an emoji in the comment section, I will save $2. And at the end of the month, I will show you how much that is and what progress I've made to my YouTube channel, hopefully to buy myself a new camera and stop using my phone to film with. So that is the goal. And I hope you enjoy this video and have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting